Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Kamen Rider Saber for you guys. I am so excited to see what is going to happen next on the show, you guys. If you're joining me early today, you already know what it means. It means you, that's right, you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending you up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So I really enjoyed last episode of Saber. I feel like we got some really cool action stuff, which is not a surprise because they've really been wowing me so far with all of that. But we also got some great character stuff, and we finally got a little bit more info about what's been going on with the whole Kento situation. I loved his henshin, by the way. I want to reiterate that. And someone actually clued me in. A few people clued me in. They didn't really, I don't think they said this during the episode, but his Kamen Rider name is Espada, which I think is so cool. I'm sure they'll drop that once or twice, I'm sure, in the episodes to come, but actually don't think they said it last time. But we learned, that it's Kento's dad that was the one who betrayed everyone 15 years ago, and he's been carrying that with him. And I loved the kind of one-on-one that he got with oh my god, I'm gonna forget his name now. Ogami? I hope I'm saying that right. The king of parenting. You guys know who I mean. And I love that. I don't know if he was trying to or not, but with his whole funny soda shtick, just really was able to make Kento smile and was able to kind of comfort him almost in a parental way. So maybe the whole king of parenting thing, is it limited to his own child, or is it all children? He's just the king of all parenting of all time. I think it's the latter, personally. But, on top of that, we also had him kind of, doing a little bit of mentoring, talking with Touma as well, as Touma was, we saw both Kento and Touma kind of struggling with how to communicate with each other and what to do to help the other. And I love that they kind of each came to the understanding that they would do kind of what was best for the other. Instead of Touma going and kind of getting a little bit more direct with Kento and trying to I'm gonna help. He sort of decided to be hey, you know what? I'm here. I'll help you if you need it. But took a little bit more of a flexible approach instead of let me fix it, because he could tell that something was wrong. And similarly, we had Kento kind of struggling with he remembers this big horrible thing that happened to someone close to Touma, and how do you communicate that to someone who no longer remembers this important person, at least not fully? I'm guessing it was his sister, but I don't know for sure. And we kind of had them both dealing with how to relate to one another on those, and I liked that character development that we got, and that great scene between them where there was just so little talking and it was all eyes and body language and just the beautiful music overlaying. I absolutely loved it. I think that was so well done. So we ended off with, we've seen two of our kind of bad guys. I'm not going to remember their names. They did mention, I think, their names in the episode. It was either their actual names or their rider names. I think it was Desast and Zeus, but it was spelled Zeus, but they were kind of saying it Zeus. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know if those are their actual names or their rider names. They probably said it before, but if you guys have been with me since the beginning, or even just for a little while, names are not my strong point. So expect to hear that guy for a little while before I finally get it. But they've kind of been having a little bit of a back and forth. And we saw that as Mei and Rintaro they ran into one of them, and poor Mei didn't get to finish her recording. So sad. But they kind of start to almost like sort of squabble between themselves. So I don't know, like, what's going to happen next. Like, are we going to get a battle between them and Rintaro, or are they just kind of, are they just going to like tire each other out? I don't know. Like, they were kind of having a little dispute between the two of them. So I don't know. I'm sure we'll get more of that. So yes, I am absolutely loving this show. In case you couldn't tell, I think it's so well done, so imaginative. Definitely a little bit more on the complex side compared to what I'm used to for Kamen Rider. I do feel like there's a lot of hints and details dropped, and you kind of have to connect the dots as you go and really focus and like almost kind of like putting a puzzle together. So so it's fun, guys. I can't wait to see more. I am told that there is an after credits on this one, so I am going to do my best to remember that and stick around. I usually do just by accident, but yes, let's jump in. Next episode, let's go. Oh my God, what a good episode. Yes, so like on top of getting to know two newer characters in Daishinji and Ren, we had like a little kind of insight into Rintaro as well. That had they said that before, that his master was killed 15 years ago? They may have, but I think they did actually, maybe. But they didn't emphasize, like, he didn't know who had done it specifically, maybe. And he learned in this one, like, it was the guy he was fighting. And everything we've seen from Rintaro up to this point has been very disciplined, very by the book. But seeing him go to pieces like that, I mean, he did an amazing job. That actor did an amazing job. And like I was saying during the episode, I love their use of body language and kind of like lingering on someone's like face and emotions for like a second. It really like enhances the drama of it. And in this particular instance, they focus on Rintaro a little bit after he loses the battle, and May. And there was just something about like the no music or anything and just kind of like that lingering shot. That combined with the fact that we've never seen Rintaro like lose it, you know, boy, that was powerful. All right, so we're getting some Rintaro stuff. We got a new character, Ren, who I'm really liking. Has like a very mischievous kind of childish vibe, but he's very likable. And oh my Lord, can we talk about his suit? Can we talk about his rider? I'm obsessed with ninja stuff because, as you can see, like this, you can't see the whole shirt, but it's a Naruto shirt. You can see Kurama at the top. It has more characters at the bottom of the shirt that you can't see, and I won't try to pose in my little camera field of vision here, but yeah, I'm all about the ninja stuff. So I knew I was going to love his design, and his sword, the way he can like split it and turn it into a giant shuriken. Oh my God. So beautiful. I love it. I love it. Okay. So it kind of seems to me that the bad guys set them up to have the need to go to Avalon, and now they're going to kind of exploit that because they want to get to Avalon. So I'm not 100% sure what Touma found out when he was doing his stuff, but he was making some big connections, and I'm sure we're going to get payoff for that. I couldn't exactly tell like what he was putting together in his head. Maybe you guys, maybe it's one of those things where like they drop the clues and you have to put it together. I was not putting it together, so if you put it together, let me know. But he was definitely making some connections. I loved his scenes with Daishinji where they found the forbidden book. Of course, it's going to be, if it's a place where swordsmen can't go, that will kind of indicate that the book, leaving any clues to it, will be forbidden. Now, they said something about 13. When you put together 13 in that book, are there going to be 13 riders? So I feel like somebody told me there's going to be like a ton of riders in this show. And we already have, well, we know that Daishinji is Slash. So we already have, let's see, Touma, Rintaro, Kento, Ren, Ogami, Daishinji. Is that right? 6 so far? Is that right? Or do we have... Am I missing anyone? And guys, it's like, it's episode 6. That's crazy. That is crazy. Like, I feel like when I watched Deno, which I like just got through with just recently, actually, I feel like it was like halfway through the series that they introduced their secondary rider. And albeit I know like other modern rider series usually do it a little bit more quickly. But I mean, like, we're getting a rider per ep average. That's pretty good. Yet, I feel like they are doing a fairly decent job of kind of establishing each one. And I don't feel like I'm getting lost on, like, I still kind of need to get to know the bad guys a little bit better. Like, we saw the one bad guy who showed up as, like, the bait. I'd really like to see more of him. We've seen them, like, in their lair, and we're kind of starting to get to see them in action, I feel like. But I feel like I don't know them as well. I'll be curious to see if we get many more riders on that side as well, or if we'll just kind of focus on getting to know the ones that we already know. And they're not even like he just turned into like a monster. That wasn't even a rider, was it? That was just like a monster. Like, the only one we really know as a rider is, well, we know Calibur's a rider, and we know, I think Desast, is that his name? That could go either way. I don't know if that's like a rider or a monster. It could kind of be both. I don't know. Maybe it's like a jacked up looking rider. But they almost just kind of look like monsters, you know, like a Toku monster. But yeah, I'd be curious to see more of them, because them, I feel like I could stand to get to know them a little bit better. But I feel like they're doing a great job with the riders of, like, I feel like if you mention any one of them, I can kind of like tell you a decent amount of facts about them and get an idea for their personality and everything just from what we've already seen of them. So I think they're handling it well. Like, you can tell if they're going to have a ton of riders on the show, they're well prepared for it. So that's good. So, Rintaro, I'm so worried for him because we have never seen him like this. So great episode. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. They're really drawing me in very quickly. I feel like things have really hit the ground running on this series. There's like no lag time. We're just like, if all 50 episodes are like this, we're just going to be like going nonstop for 50 episodes. It's going to be nuts. So I had a blast with that, in case you couldn't tell. Oh, by the way, 3 Pigs, lost my mind. You could tell. So I really enjoyed it, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching it along with me. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time, and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.